Hello, welcome back, Steve's Retirement Corner. Time management is extremely important in retirement. You wouldn't think it would be. That's what everybody's looking to do, man, is have their time be their own. Man, that's one of the things I most enjoy about retirement. But it's also the biggest problem I have in retirement is time management. When you when you ain't got nothing but 7 Saturdays, Doc, it's so easy to push stuff off because you know you got tomorrow off. You got nothing to do tomorrow. You can decide whether you're going to do it or not, and it's so easy to decide not to do it. Because I'd rather be doing something else. Or there's something else that might need doing. So I get on that stuff first. Man, I got a lazy streak that don't help me a bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, Doc. That ain't helping me at all. That and unrestricted time is a bad recipe for retirement. It just is. And I was aware of this, man. But back when I was working, I used to make a list. Last shift I worked before I had a day off, lunchtime or the last break of the day. I'd make a list of stuff I needed to get done that I didn't get to that week at the house or that needed to get done, and I would cross it off, spend my days off crossing those little jobs off to get them done. And I was concerned about that in retirement, about filling my time. I didn't know it was going to fill itself. Almost automatic and almost immediately. I ain't had a slow day in retirement unless I chose to. Yeah. So that's the reason I carried that list over the first 3-4 months of retirement, because I wanted to have an emergency list in case keep me from getting bored. It would help me fill my time. It would help me to adjust into retirement, a life of leisure. But so every week I'd make a list of 4 or 5 little quick jobs I needed to get done or wanted to do, or maybe the wife would like to see done or something like that. And to come to find out that I never actually got a chance to get to that list. It was something I was going to have to do on a different day or whatever. I didn't need that list. It was an emergency list of stuff that needed to, or I wanted to get done. Not had to get done, but stuff I'd like to get done. So I kind of went away from it. I haven't actually. I have a no structure retirement. Man, I got Tuesdays I try to go help my little lady over yonder. Saturdays I go over yonder, and Sundays I go check on Mama. You spend a couple hours every day I'm over there. And I try to get there right on time. I usually try to get there by 10 o'clock. I don't want to be too early for them. I don't want to be too late. And it's something they can count on every week. Steve's going to show up. So those days aren't so bad because it's after lunch before I get home. Whether they got anything to do or we just sitting there chit chatting the whole time. So those days ain't so bad. But the rest of the week I really have nothing. There's nothing timed. I get up in the morning. I do my little exercise and my little reading, studying, or whatever. Catch the previous night's news, junk like that. It's about lunchtime or so, and then we eat lunch, and then usually I'll come around out here and knock around for a little bit if there's something needs to get done. Sometimes, like I said, man, it's so easy just to push it off. It's like this morning we had some stuff due when I got home from a walk. Baby wanted to run out to the junk store. I had a couple of things I wanted to knock out of here. I said, nah, I'll go with you, baby. I said, I'll run down to the junk store. We had to go to the junk store and post office, stuff like that. So we run into town, spent a couple hours over there, and then we come home, I had lunch, and now I got to get on that stuff out yonder. But it's a little bit of structure is vital in retirement. It helps you keep stuff in line. I'm gonna have to bring that list back. I'm gonna have to write that stuff down. That way I won't forget something. Something won't pop up. Hey man, I meant to get on that last week. And I pushed it off because it's so easy to do that in retirement, knowing that you ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. Knowing that you ain't got to hustle and get it done so you can go back to work. You know, knowing that your time is no longer ruled by somebody else. What happened was I got out there and I got comfortable. I was happy with the way things were going in retirement, and I realized I didn't need that list because I could feel my time in a heartbeat. But without it, now that I've gotten so comfortable, now that I've really grown into retirement and see how things are, you know, man, if it don't need to be done, Steve ain't doing it. A lot of people don't have my natural lazy streak. That's the problem. That's why it's a problem for me. You know. So it's something I'm gonna have to work on right on through. Man, it could be something simple as daggone change of the weather too. And I had no problem in the spring or the summer. But about October it started, fall, and in the spring usually I get like what I call a spring step, where I'm just kind of skipping around, knocking stuff out, doing this, doing that, and it carries right through the summer. Once the summer peters out a little bit and leaves start turning, it turns a little cooler. Even my sleep pattern has changed because of it. I don't know what's going to happen when the clock goes back. But used to I get up about 5 or 6, somewhere in between 5 and 6 in the morning. But here, 3-4 weeks ago, I started getting up. My usual time now is somewhere around 6 to 7, about 6:30 usually. So and that used to happen to me anyways when I was working during the change of the seasons like that. So it might be something simple as that's caused it. But I'm gonna have to get back on that schedule. A little bit of schedule, all that free, winging it in retirement just don't work it. You got to have some good time management. You got to have a little bit of schedule. It ain't got to be nothing you locked into or anything, every hour ain't got to be scheduled. But I found that if I don't schedule something, I ain't gonna get to it. I have to have some form of reckoning for myself. What I got to do. I don't know. Something to think about. Something I'm gonna have to work on from here on out, especially with the winter coming on. Well, y'all take care of yourselves. You enjoy the rest of your week best you can, and we'll talk with y'all later.